Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Sims 4, where we're currently going to be playing around in the character creator and trying to see if we can make Dusty and Scout's kittens, because they have had their kittens in cattails, and I want to see how close the generator gets to their actual kitten looks. So we have Firefly, Storm, Overcast, and Autumn, and we're going to be seeing how the genetics calculator here will work. So we'll have Scout and Dusty, and we're going to create their child, and we're going to do a daughter. We will start with Kitten, and I will also be putting up this as a download if you guys don't necessarily want the whole forest colony, but you want to have Dusty and Scout and their kittens. So let's go ahead. So that's actually pretty close to Storm's looks right there. That's pretty close to Storm's looks. I actually really like that. The only difference that I think I would add is that Storm has blue eyes. So that's actually a pretty good hit right off the bat here. So I'm going to call her Storm. And let's see. We're going to change her eye color. I actually like most of the details already, though. Let's see. Here are her eyes. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to give her these nice bright blue eyes, and then I don't know why it's telling me we have new whiskers. I guess, have I not played with the kitten whiskers before or something? Have I not done something like this? I don't know why it's not letting... Okay, whatever. It's telling me I have new whiskers, and I don't know why. So she is a mixed breed, and she is female, and let's hear her meow. Oh, that's really cute. And then let's pick her traits as well. I think Storm is definitely talkative, because she's always talking about singing, and that is so cute. Oh my goodness. I think she seems pretty affectionate. She's often complimenting Dusty on his fur and such, and I think, let's see, I think she's not territorial or spoiled or skittish. She's not necessarily a prowler. She might be playful, and she might be curious. I think we're gonna give her curious, because I think some of the others might fit playful a little bit better. So that's gonna be Storm. I can't believe the generation that we've gotten in the recent versions of this, or in the recent creative pets that we've done. Just the random generation has been really good, actually. So we could create her sibling, but I want it to be based off of, Scout and Dusty. And we could even go through and see what we think the parents might look like. That would be really cool. So that's not a bad look. I kind of like it, but I don't think it really fits any of the cats. It's probably closest to Overcast, probably. Let's go ahead and we'll randomize again. That's, again, not the closest. Most fitting probably for Storm, except Storm is, the version we have of her already is more gray, and I like that. Let's see. That's kind of cool. Oh my goodness! And the idea of having the heterochromia in there is pretty cool as well, but again, not the most fitting. I want to see... These are actually pretty nice other options for Storm. Okay, so... Again, other than the eye color, I think this is really close. That's very similar to Scout. And indeed, Autumn is very similar to Scout. So I think we're going to keep this look for Autumn and just change the eye color again, because that's really close. This might... I'm not sure if this is exactly Scout or if she has some of the Dusty's fur color in there, but Autumn definitely does take quite a bit after her mother. So we're going to go ahead and... That is a cute look. I don't know, this one right up here, next to the one that's selected, is really cute. The tail is good. The fur is good. The only thing I want to change here, I think, is going to be the eyes. And we are going to make them blue as well, because Autumn also has blue eyes. So let's go ahead and... Not genetics. No, why won't you let me change her names? Why won't you let me do this? Oh, I have to accept it. Okay, I didn't accept, that's why. I was confused. So there is Autumn. and she is female, and I feel like she has a higher pitched meow, I think. Yeah, okay. And it set the relationships, that's good. Alright, she's a mixed breed, and she's definitely skittish, because, maybe she's more shy than skittish in the series, but this is the closest fitting trait we have. She's definitely a very quiet cat, and a more wanting to be off by herself a lot, so I'd say she's also aloof. She's not really into the whole social thing, and what would I say? I'd say probably also free spirit, because she talks a lot about hunting by herself, and so I think that's pretty fitting for her. So there's, this will be Autumn, so she looks a lot like her sister. They actually have pretty much the same facial proportions and such, and body proportions. Very, very similar in that respect, indeed. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to randomize again. We'll hit play with genetics. And that's cool, but again, this look couldn't probably result from Dusty and Scout, so we want to make sure we have Dusty and Scout selected. Here we go. And let's see, here's Scout. There we go, and we're going to randomize another daughter, and then we'll try for a look. Oh, I guess you could probably get that from them, maybe. We're going to try and see if it will generate something close for Overcast. Overcast is a gray tabby. She has basically her mother's markings and her father's coat color. That's pretty cool, honestly, but it's not quite what we're going for. It's not giving us a lot of tabby. There's one. It only has so many options, I think. That was another tabby. But it's really not a gray tabby. We might have to just go through. I think that's going to be probably the closest we'll get. And then let's look at the coloration. And if we swap out this for maybe this, and this for this, that's going to give us a nice gray tabby look. And I think that's pretty fitting for Overcast. So I'm going to go ahead and keep that look for her. Let's come up here. We'll accept. And let's see. I think she has a little bit lower pitched meow, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to give her, I should look at nose color too. I kind of want to give her a black nose, and then the brown nose and the black nose again. Good. Okay. And I think she has the right eye color. So yeah, let's just go ahead and input her traits. Oops, not Overcast D, just Overcast. And she is definitely, she's definitely frisky, I think. She's probably, she might be a free spirit, although I'd say Prowler is probably a lot more likely. And maybe mischievous. Maybe. I think I'm gonna give her mischievous because, oh my goodness. I think I'm going to give her mischievous because she definitely seems to have a very exuberant personality. And I feel like she would get up to mischief, especially as she gets older. So that's going to be Overcast. So let's go ahead and we will randomize one more time. And that's such a cool look, honestly. I really like the way that look turned out. But let's go, okay, here. Let's look at Scout, and I don't want to make Scout sibling, although that's kind of a cool look. We want to make her child with Dusty, and we're going to do a male, and we're going to randomize, and we're going to see, it basically, that's cool. I like how sometimes it does the heterochromia. Basically, Firefly looks like Scout, but with his father's eyes, a lot of the, pretty much. Exactly like that, pretty much, actually. That's a really good look for Firefly. It does a really close job of it, actually. So let's go ahead and we'll hit done. And then I'm going to, I wonder if it factors in paint mode or just base coats for things. That would be an interesting thing to find out. So I think we're going to go ahead. I really do like the tuxedo looks, though, too. They're really cute, but not fitting for this. I kind of almost want to see if we could adjust that to be something a little more grayish, maybe. Yeah, maybe something like that, because that'll give him a little bit more of a distinct look. That's a little too red. That's a little too, well, maybe. I think maybe the color scheme will be better if we keep it to this one. Yeah, we'll just keep it with that one, because he basically does look a lot like his mother, except he's got his father's eyes. So I think that's going to be pretty good for Firefly. And we'll go ahead. I would say he's friendly. I think that's a good interpretation of his traits there already. And I would say he is also a prowler. He wants to go out and help Dusty with the hunting and the fighting. And would I say, I might say, I think he's curious. He seems pretty curious to me. So let's also, I'm going to give him a bit of a deeper meow, and it has, yeah, it should have all of the relationships set up, but poor Firefly is the only boy. But so yeah, let's look at the family we have so far. So we have Dusty, and Scout, and Storm, and Autumn, and Overcast, and Firefly. So they all look pretty good in my opinion. I really like how they turned out. Autumn and Firefly look quite similar. And then Overcast has the tabby markings, but the gray color, and Storm looks a lot like Dusty, but with different colored eyes. So, we did that. That didn't take too long, so what I want to do now is just have a little bit of fun with the play with genetics. So we're going to be looking at Dusty and Scout, and see if it randomizes, what it randomizes their parents, and maybe even their siblings to look like. So let's start with Dusty, because I feel like he's going to be fairly straightforward. And let's look at what his parents may have looked like. So we might see, that's kind of a cool look. That is kind of a cool look. Oh, it sets them as elders. Oh. So randomize father. So his father may have looked something like this. Lots of different options possibly. Very, very cool options here. And what about maybe his mother? Is it going to give her, it's going to give her a pretty similar look. It's probably not going to randomize in too much variation. Look at that eye color, though. That's really cool. I honestly like that. So this is just to kind of give an idea of what his parents may have looked like. We're not going to see as much variation. Yeah, you can see quite a lot of variation sometimes. But it's just going to give an idea of what his parents may have looked like. I feel like it's going to be less varied, though, than it would be for Scout, because he's pretty much solid color. He doesn't really have markings or whatever. And so it's pretty much just going to give us something like this most of the time. But there's some very cool, especially with the eye colors and the different fur types, very, very neat to see. So let's also look at Scout here. And let's see first, I want to see what it says her father may have looked like, because in the series, that's very different. In the series, we have been basically headcanoning Sarge as her father. And I want to see if it considers that to be possible. We're seeing a lot of variation here already. That's honestly amazing. It almost tends to think that he could have looked something like Dusty, maybe. That's kind of interesting, or like Dusty's parents. Very interesting. Lots of different possibilities here. So I think we're seeing where it could be getting some of the coat colors from. And let's see. So, something like this, though, we don't really have the other tabby markings showing up, but something like this does seem to indicate that Sarge's coat colors, they're very similar, would be possible. Something like this, maybe, could be very, very plausible. But let's also look at what it's giving us for her potential mother. There's a lot of options. There really is a lot of options here. And very, very neat to see them. So let's look here and just see. Lots of cool options. That one was kind of cool. I want to go back and see that one. That's kind of a cool one. That's like a fluffier version of Scout with different colored eyes almost. Lots of neat options. She definitely has a lot more variety than Dusty does in his potential ancestors. I really like that look. I feel like Scout maybe did take after her mother quite a bit, because I think her father had slightly different markings and has different colored eyes. I feel like maybe her mother looked more like her, and something like that maybe. I don't know. We really don't know. It's all speculation. We also don't know what happened to her mother. Or to a lot of the cats, we don't really meet their parents, but I feel like with Scout and Sarge, maybe something did happen to her mother here. I don't really know, but it could be. But yeah, lots of different options. Look at that one. That's a really cool one as well. And even with the bobbed tail, that's pretty neat. Let's just see. We'll look at a few other options. and just kind of go through and see. I don't think we're actually going to add them in or anything, but that's kind of a neat idea to see. So let's also look at maybe what some sibling possible generation could be. Oh, pardon me. Sorry about that. It wouldn't be one of my videos if my phone didn't interrupt me at some point. So that's some ideas of what her siblings could look like as well. Again, pretty similar to the parental generation that we've been seeing. And what is that? Choose a breed. Oh, you can choose an unknown parent, a breed, or or another cat. So let's see. We can randomize. So this is just possibilities of what his siblings may have looked like. Again, I think we're going to see some fairly similar things. That's kind of cool. To what, to potentially what his parents look like as well, because it doesn't really have any context of the other cat's markings or anything. So again, I think we're going to be seeing some pretty similar things. It seems to be sticking mostly with his coat color. Yeah, I think it's pretty close to what we're going to be seeing already, so we're not going to randomize anything with that. So, did it mess something up? No, it messed the... Why did it mess this up? Why did you mess that up? Why? Okay. Did it fix it? It fixed it. I guess there's no option to set them as mates. I guess, huh, okay. As long as the kittens have the proper father and mother, that's good. Alright, so I think that's going to wrap up this video, though, because we've played around with the generators quite a bit, and done some of the more in-depth generation, and such, and kind of looked at what not only their children may look like in The Sims 4, but possibly what their parents look like as well. So, of course, we have Dusty, we have Scout, and we have their kittens, Storm, Autumn, Overcast, and Firefly. And very, very, very cool to see. It's really amazing what random generation in today's games is capable of. It's really very neat. But yeah, so I think we're going to go ahead and wrap up this episode here for today. As always, this pack will be available for download in the video description. So yeah, make sure you go and check that out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.